Hey, what's up? This is Kev from the Falafel House Fantasy Football Podcast, and you're listening to the BS Podcast Network. Enjoy the show.
Jambeaux, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of the Magic Our Way Podcast. Asante Sana, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way Podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. We put the D-I-S-N-E-Y in your Disney fan life. www.magicourway.com is where you can find us. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
And with us today, we have...
Excelsior!
You know. You know the story's all about the glory.
It is our resident comic genius from ivorycomics.com, Mr. Eli Ivory. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well tonight. How are you guys doing? And the Mohicans out there, how y'all?
How you doing?
Good.
Hey, do you like that He-Man thing at the end of your little jingle?
Yeah, it always pumps me up because it's like...
You have the power.
Yeah, I gotta come with it. I need to get a sword and then like green tiger, and then that'd be awesome.
Takes it back to your youth.
All the time. Love the youth.
You love the Utes.
Love the youth.
Love the Utes.
That's where the inspiration comes from, man. You know?
Damn straight, man. The
It's
Utes.
funny that you just thought to ask him about that. We've been
Yeah,
playing that for about 6 months
Yeah.
now, and you just, hey, do you like it?
Yeah, I figured. I mean, he hasn't said anything, so no news is good news, right?
I guess so.
But I figure I just like, what you think? I mean, it's kind of random, you know. He-Man just kind of, I have the.
That's my favorite part of it.
I know,
Yeah.
it makes me happy.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the first time you played it, and I didn't know. And then, like, you played, I was like blown away. I was like, whoa, like, man. So yeah, when the intro comes on, it's like,
You pump.
yeah, it's
You
like
ready to go.
the curtain is on. Now you got to do your thing, you know, because He-Man's telling you got to get out there.
You have the
But you
power.
were kind of being a diva back then because Lee had his own entrance music. You were bitching that you didn't have your own intro music. So Kevin put that together over a weekend, right? Was that about?
Yeah, I think I was actually.
That was a Coco,
one
right?
day.
Yeah.
I did it one day at work when I didn't have much to do, so I just I put it together. I got inspired, and I was like, let me put these things together.
But it came off the heels that he was complaining. How come
Yeah,
Lee
he
gets his
was.
own music? What about me?
That's right. And speaking of Lee's own music,
Show me the money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Hey, must be the money. Money. Show me the money.
it is Mr. I Know More Than Your Friends, Suck It Up, Tough Lovin', Ever So Lovely, Travel Agent from Magical Moments Vacations, Mosquito Killing, Date Night at Denny's, Bend You Over the Chair, Lily Top, it's Mr. Beijing Chloe himself, Senior Johnny Salami, Senior? Oh, Senor. I aged him.
Senior too, probably.
Senor Johnny Salami himself. It's our resident professor of gyrotechnics, Lee DJ White Cheddar Papa Smurf and No Hassle Vika. How you doing, Lee?
The two Utes. What is a Ute? I'm doing good, man. That was a good movie. I forgot about that movie, man. It was a good one.
That's a good one.
The two Utes. Oh man, Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci and Aunt May.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the dude from
Monster.
the Monsters.
The monster's just right.
Kevin,
Hey,
when you say all of these titles, do you
Yes.
say it all that in like one breath? Because that's like really like long.
I usually do it in two because I have it in two paragraphs, but today I got stumbled on Senor.
Okay.
I made him Senior. Yes. Well, guys, we got a great show for you today. This is a show that I put together this week. And we're doing a little bit of armchair imagineering. Specifically, it's a parket show, guys. It's been a while since we've done our parket show. And this week, we are parking the Black Panther into the parks. And I'll give you the kind of the premise and the story of how we're doing this particular version of the parket show in just a little bit, guys. So stay tuned. Enough of my jibber jabber. Let's go make some magic. Create some magic, actually.
Sure.
Yeah. So here we are on the hub, guys, and this week we are doing some armchair imagineering, like I was saying at the intro, and we are doing continuing our series of shows called Park It. And basically, Park It is when we take a entity or a franchise that's not represented in the parks, and we put it into the parks in some way, shape, or form. And today we are parking the Black Panther. Ever since this movie came out, I was just like, oh God. Well, first of all, Black Panther is one of my favorite characters, right? And so ever since this movie came up, I was like, man, I'd love to see this in the parks, and just wheels start turning. And, as we've been doing the types of shows that we've been doing where each one of us takes a turn to kind of program the show, when it came up to my time, I was like, man, let's park it, man. Let's park some Black Panther up in there. With this particular episode, I actually came up, us being creative buffs, I actually came up with the entire backstory to this whole thing. Yes.
Really. Can I ask you a question real quick before we go into
Ask me a question,
this?
yes.
Did the poll that we put out on Facebook influence this choice at all? Because I was surprised to see the amount of listeners that really like the Armchair Imagineering segments, and
It did.
So this,
actually,
because I thought we were going in a whole different direction last time we had dinner.
Yes, yeah, Lee's taking that actually.
Oh, Lee's taking that.
Yeah, Lee's taking that direction.
No wonder you're taking off of the show that week.
And then
Yeah, but apparently you are too. It's going to just be me and Eli, trying to figure out technology and how to record this show.
Pretty much.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Y'all gonna do great.
It's like you have a can with a string on it on your end, right? I'm gonna have my can with my
I
string
got
on
my
it.
smoke singles. I got my little log with my stick.
Got your AOL CD and your dial-up.
That's right. But anyway, yes. So I came up with the entire backstory to kind of set us up for this thing, for this particular version of Park It. And allow me to read it. So it kind of goes like this, guys. The Walt Disney Company has received approval to capitalize on the success of the Black Panther, especially since it is still relevant. Due to the perceived success of Pandora, the world of Avatar, the Imagineers would like to send patrons to another fictional land, which they are calling Wakanda, the world of Black Panther. So anyway, oddly enough, both lands are based upon a single movie property. However, Black Panther has more of an edge in terms of exposure because of his participation in Captain America, Civil War, his own movie. He's still relevant. He's still in the eyes, whereas Avatar...
No one cares about it.
Right. Yeah, they could sell it off to Universal, and that'd be great. But anyway, so this gives the Imagineers a drive and the promise of an even more successful land than Pandora. Again, because Black Panther's still relevant, right? But as Walt Disney Company has been known to do, they decide to outsource their Imagineering since their Imagineers are furiously busy with Galaxy's Edge, which is set to open next year. The Walt Disney Company would like to have this ready to go by Walt Disney World's 50th in 2021, which is why they're outsourcing this. And after a very extensive search process, the Walt Disney Company has narrowed down their list of potential contracts, which are 4 companies. Number 1, Lawless Innovations Incorporated. Number 2, Kevin Creative Limited.
Wait, Kevin's Creative is limited?
Yes. I don't know. I just threw a business term at the end. I have no idea what limited means.
LTD.
I'm sure it limits something, but
Your liability.
yeah, that works. So 3, the Ivory Corporation.
Okay.
Oh,
Last but not least, we have Lastavica Designs LLC.
LLC.
The cool little LLC.
you don't want to use their actual business? You want to use Ivory Comics and Lasta Vica Travel?
Well, I mean, the contract. I guess we could have, but I mean,
Okay.
I got creative, so I was like,
Yeah,
let me
you get creative.
let me make them bigger
You're in the
than.
mood? Go for it.
Yeah,
I was just curious.
I want to make Eli Corporation and
Yeah.
make it Lastavica Designs. Nothing to do with the actual business that actually exists.
But
that
you're
is
limited.
taxed. But I'm limited.
You're very limited.
I'm limited. But you're innovative and incorporated.
Ho, ho, ho.
Innovative and
2 eyes.
incorporated.
It's cute. It's awesome.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot, toot.
Toot toot beep beep.
But anyway, so guys, the Walt Disney Company has charged each company with this final project to win over contracting for this particular new land, right? And so below is what the board, and the board is you guys, the Mohican Nation. You are the board. You will get to vote on the aspects that you'd like to see in the world of Black Panther, Wakanda. Okay, and so when this show comes out, a poll will come out on all social media, and you'll be able to participate in this. And we'll have I'll come up with some kind of little giveaway for everybody who participates in this poll. And we'll also have something. We'll announce the results of this poll in a few weeks, in a couple
Question.
of shows later. Yes.
Okay, so is this like where they can say, well, I like Kevin's idea for this, but I want to include Danny's idea for that and Eli's notion for that or whatever, and combine that into one land? Can they do it like that and vote for one element of each of our stuff? Or is it like the showcase showdown and you got to vote on the showcase itself? Like you have to accept that full vision.
Yeah, all or nothing.
Yeah, no, they can piecemeal. The board has the power to piecemeal. If they
piecemeal.
piecemeal.
Oh,
However,
nice.
if one of the companies has push them over the edge to vote for every one of their designs, they can do that too.
Aha.
If they like the full concept and how everything mariages together, mariachi together, then yeah, they can vote for one particular company, one of our companies. But if they like, if like this side and that, the board, you guys have the power to put together how you want Wakanda, and we'll announce the winners in a few weeks.
Wow,
Okay?
no
At the last show of
pressure
the month.
there at
Yeah.
all.
But then we got a letter. We got a letter from the company. The board says this. They say, congratulations on being finalists. You have the unique opportunity to work with the Walt Disney Company in designing the next guest experience for Walt Disney World. If you are chosen, your designs will bring enjoyment and create memories for years to come. For your final task, we are providing you with 4 spaces, a large space, a medium space, and a couple of small spaces. You have the freedom to do whatever you desire to build in those spaces, even to combine spaces if you have to.
Yes.
The only restriction that has to be related to the world of Black Panther, and it has to convincingly fit in that size space. That is our task ahead of us. So you as the board, Mohicans, you will get to listen to each one of our designs, and we'll kind of throw out our concepts and creativity and what we have come out with for the world. For Wakanda, the world of Black Panther. Mm-hmm. Awesome. That'd be just awesome to see. I'd love it.
Yeah, I would love to see that as well.
Agreed.
So clearly this is taking place in California, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
We'll say that, and maybe. They're not going to have that deal worked out by then. They're still working on the Fox deal.
In the far future,
Yes, in the far future. So definitely California, Hong Kong, Shanghai, everywhere else but Florida.
laws do not apply.
Which I'm okay with. I'll go to those places for sure.
Oh, I'll go to California. But if I go to Japan,
I'm gonna go to Tokyo Disney. See if I go to.
I'd love to go to Japan just to see Japan, but
that's the thing. If I'm going to Japan, it's kind of got to be a sightsee. I can't just be
Yes.
going there for the theme park. That may be like a day trip. Yeah, that might be an extended podcast trip one of these days.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Be a lot of fun before we die.
hi.
All right. So what do we want to start with? Do we want just to kind of take turns throwing out a creation here, or should we go by sizes, or what do y'all think?
Can I ask this question, because I put mine together as a full presentation to the board. So, and I can split it up however we want to, but
then
we
you're
each
fine.
read our full presentation, or should we each go, okay, here's my idea for this, and here's my idea for this?
Oh, this is dangerous because usually he plays this for yucks.
No.
So he came up.
This is how I have it laid out.
Huh?
I have my opening remarks. I have my
Did you really?
headliners. Yeah.
Dude,
For
you
real.
went whole
As if
hog.
I'm-
Look at you.
As if I'm presenting this to the board.
I almost want to hear your presentation.
Dude, don't do it. He sucked. Look, man, and what happened? And then next thing you know, you get a Russian pavilion with real communism.
And porridge.
You get the cowboy and Indians.
Porridge.
Right.
It becomes a bunch of
Borscht.
stupid jokes. So let's.
On how many
is this
floors?
for real, Lee? Are you put some thought into this?
No, I'm serious. I mean, there are jokes in the thoughts, but I do have. I can send you the spreadsheet with not the spreadsheet, but the Word doc. It's
okay,
all laid
okay.
out. I have opening remarks. I have, all my ideas, and et cetera, et cetera. So
it's thoughts with jokes.
I get it. That's
well,
what the
there is-
LL.
obviously, if you are presenting this to the board, you want to throw in some humor to lighten the mood, to make sure that they, are on the same level with you when you're making your presentation. But no, I mean, I've got it broken down in different categories, so I don't have to do it like that.
No, dude.
that's all right.
If I know your past ideas, this is going to be performance art.
Are you
so-
going to sing?
No singing.
Oh,
No
okay.
sing and dance. Okay. Well,
Well, hey, let's. I mean, on a serious note, do it however you guys have broken it down, and then I can throw this in at the end.
No, you
Yeah.
pumped it up.
We'll accommodate you. We'll go.
yeah.
Just so everybody kind of gets the vision of
Yeah.
what each person is trying to accomplish. I would suggest, Kevin, that you play clean up because this is your topic.
Okay.
And you're a home run hitter, and you're usually pretty good at this stuff, and you've had the longest time to really come up with something. So I would at least suggest that Kevin finishes it out.
Yeah, Kevin does it last.
Okay.
Okay.
But we do need to start off strong as well. So yeah, all right. So who wants to start? Does anybody feel strongly about their idea?
Yeah, I'll go. I mean, I usually go to lead, and you guys fine with that.
You want to lead off, Eli?
All right, go ahead. Lead off.
All right. So, first up, to present to the board, we have the Ivory Corporation. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay.
There's a lot of pressure on you because you're the comic book guy and this is a comic book property.
Absolutely.
But
And
pressure is what you do.
pressure.
The board is listening.
I eat pressure for breakfast, and I like him with some pepper.
And down in your
That's what I'm talking
some pressure with pepper.
Pressure
with your
with
pressure?
pepper.
Pressure with
Pressure pepper. You got a little pressure down in your guts and
Try cornflakes.
It's a little easier.
Yeah,
huh?
it's
a little
like,
more
it goes
fiber.
down a little easier. Yeah.
some colon blow.
Ooh. Well, this was a property that it was an honor to partake in. One of the things that dawned on me was, first of all, this would be the first representation of a king in Disney that I have seen. So I wanted to kind of start it with that. Basically, we would take the small area, kind of have like a facade of, the Wakandan castle. You go in and you have Panther's throne room, like the golden throne room, from what I've seen in the books, right? So it's a huge space, right? Mm-hmm. It allows for you to, if you want to cosplay and dress up, there's a changing room for you there. You can do that. If you want to meet fellow creators who've worked on the Black Panther comic books or at the movie, there'll be like a little table where you can do a meet and greet with them. So that'll rotate. In the center of the throne room will be the Black Panther himself sitting on the throne. And it'll be like a turtle talk with Crush kind of thing. Where
Turtle talk with the Black Panther?
wait, just it's gonna.
Whoa, dude!
It's
I never freeze.
that was the best way I could describe it. I kind of had to.
Welcome to Wakanda.
Yes, hello.
Wakanda
What would you
forever.
like to know?
Hello, what would you like? Yes, and basically you get to talk to the Black Panther, but in the comics he is a very powerful guy as far as how he's governed in the Marvel comic universe. So one of the things he's attached to is called the Illuminati, which is a group of the smartest people in the comics universe as far as Marvel is concerned. So you'll have Professor X, you'll have Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, and Black Bolt from the Inhumans. So you'll also have like surrounding him will be like just like these headshots of them. So like if you wanted to talk to each one of them, or if you ask him a question, he can have one of them interact as well with you. So you can have a little chit chat session.
Okay.
All right.
It's like Dear Abby
Yeah, like
with like comic characters.
yes, and I figured the thing would be to allow the people that will walk in to be more introduced to the character, as well as allow for further expansion with the Marvel universe. So,
Hello, welcome to Loveline. This is the Black
sir, how do you take over a kingdom? Well,
Hello,
Professor
Miami.
X. What would you advise?
I already know what you're thinking.
Miami, you're on the line.
I could read your thoughts. Also, you will have people bringing like dishes of food to you, right? So like there's places you can sit down and kind of chill out, but you don't necessarily have to go into a line. Like if you've already had your dining plan and everything set out, they'll bring you various dishes from the land of Wakanda and various foods for you to try.
Wait, I'm confused. So wait, this isn't an attraction. It's a sit down. It's like a sit down meal. This is a restaurant.
No, it's more like just a big area.
Like a cooking show?
No, not a cooking show.
This room is a big area.
Hi. Welcome to Wakanda.
I-
I make some dishes for my country.
It's not the size of an attraction. No.
So it's not. It's a restaurant. You eat at it.
You can eat there, but it's not like a straight sit down place.
Is it like the Hall of Presidents in Ohana, but with Wakanda?
I envisioned it as
Hall of Wakanda?
Like compare it to an existing attraction. Like
what is the I was talking to y'all about that. I asked y'all the question earlier right before we left.
the
Wonders of
world
Life
of Wonders of
Pavilion?
Life.
Yes, Wonders of Life Pavilion. So you know that like it's a huge area.
that doesn't help.
What as far as
Trying to get where you're going with this.
Okay,
'Cause it's an empty pavilion.
right, but you can go in various areas. You know how like when you go in there, you can see like in the throne room would be in the center of the area, but then around you is where you could meet the creators, where you can go ahead and like socialize with each other. There's places where you can sit down and relax, but people are bringing you like just food. So in other words, it's supposed to be the impression that you're in the kingdom and you are
It's like a reception?
like a royal guest.
Oh,
yeah.
royal, okay.
Yeah, it would be like if you was throwing a party, but it's in this big environment.
Did they bring you lots of food, or like this hors d'oeuvre, like this is snacks on your way to something else?
No, they just bring you various dishes. Like if it was like
Okay, so it's a restaurant.
Well, I wouldn't call it like a banquet.
It's a place where you eat. What do you call it then?
Yeah, but you know, you go to a party. Let's say you go to
it's
a party.
like past hors
Like a
d'oeuvres?
feast.
Yeah, they have like a feast of
And you
stuff.
have past hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, they could bring you something.
Pass around.
Okay, it's Disney. They're not giving you food for free, so you're paying.
Yeah,
for
you're
a
paying
meal.
for it, yes.
So it's a restaurant.
All right. I mean,
Okay,
it's part of it.
go. Go.
Yeah.
I won't think anymore.
No, it's okay. I guess it is it's a restaurant / meet and greet. How about that?
Okay, it's a character meal.
There you go, Lee. Now you're putting it in Disney context.
Okay, character meal on a bigger scale. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a character extravaganza party
Feast.
thing.
Yes.
It's a hard ticket event, is what it is.
There you go.
Ticket
There you go.
I like that. I like that.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, but the main thing there is just to avoid the problems of massive lines, congestion, if you will. So it's a little something for everyone. Even though about putting in like an arcade, like a couple of games in like some areas as well for the younger kids, so they have something to play, Marvel related. All right, so you're doing that, and then you get out from there. Like you can just keep walking straight through, and then you would come to the attraction itself.
So it's a meal in a line for an attraction.
I would think of it, yeah. I wouldn't want to put it as a queue because you don't necessarily have to wait in that place to get to the ride. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you go through this area to get to the ride. So it's like in a castle, but you keep
So
going
it's like
through.
like a waiting, instead of a queue, it's a waiting area?
Yeah, it's a hangout area, pretty much.
Is it
Kinda
like an
like-
experience? Like you book it and it's like a 4-hour thing where you have meals first and then you get in line and then so this is like a grand thing where you have a restaurant and a track all in one
area.
You've combined all your space to
it's-
come up
I've
with this.
combined-
It's
Yeah,
kind of
the
like Dumbo's
one-
waiting area. Instead, you get a number and then you just kind of wait in this area.
I mean, we're trying to ground
Yes,
it in something that people can
I-
identify with.
I understand. Yes, but that's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's what I would combine my small and medium areas with. And then you would go from there to the attraction itself.
So your small and medium is the dinner,
The dinner, the meet and greet.
the meet and greet, the creators, and then we on to a new attraction.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, the ride itself is you're on the train that they had in the movie. So you have all of the vibranium things on either side. You basically just go up and through like mountains. You get to see all the various areas of Wakanda from the movie. And every now and again, you'll hit something where the window that you look at, it takes like a different form. So then like some action or something happens that you can look at from the window. Then when you pass that part of the attraction, it turns normal again. So you'll go through the subway, you'll go through, Shuri's like technological area. You'll come out through the other lands and visit the other tribes that are there in Wakanda. And then, boom, ride's over.
Boom.
That's
Boom.
it?
Yeah, I mean, that's without putting
Okay.
crazy,
All right, that's cool.
massive detail. But yes, that's essentially it.
All right, so you got a waiting area with past hors d'oeuvres and things to do, and you can talk to Black Panther.
Yes, and
Professor X.
X and
And
Doctor
Professor X.
Strange,
And then
Iron
the
Man.
creators who created him?
Yes,
Is that okay? So like
Okay.
comic book artists.
and people that worked on the movie. So yeah, if you can
It's
ask
kind of
them
like
questions.
that. What's that in the Star Wars thing in the studios where you can go have all these different exhibit things? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about
I can't remember it escapes me.
Well, like Art of Animation, back in the day when you got to see the
hanger.
guy.
What do you
Yeah, yeah. It's right where the Art of Animation used to be. The
Right.
hanger,
Yes.
the hanger bar.
And
I don't know.
and
it's
I
not the
always,
hanger bar.
I've always liked that aspect where you get to see the person create. You can approach them and say, "Hey, how did you do this?" Or because that kind of keeps the creative spark happening.
A little bit
So-
of edutainment happening. you would
Absolutely.
say.
That'd be cool if you had like the old school where they would teach you how to draw, and you could have like drawing class, animation class,
Right.
and learn how to animate like Marvel stuff. That'd be cool too.
So you got Ryan Coogler chained to a desk,
right.
and he's gonna sit there and he's gonna answer your questions.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And we would fly different creators in, so it wouldn't, always be like the same person. Because I know these people are very busy. But Natishi Coates, who's writing the Black Panther now, maybe Robert Kirkman, who's written Rise of the Black Panther.
So it would rotate, possibly.
Absolutely, because you would always get someone different. If you're not interested in, let's say, making a movie, but you're interested in drawing a book, then go to this table, so on and so forth. So yeah,
a little edutainment, and then which leads to the attraction. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. So you get to see everything.
Everything?
Everything.
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 Okay.
I know we said to keep it brief and short, but you could have gone.
You know what? That was my fear. We had a time constraint, right? It was like about 10, 15
I'll take
minutes.
your time. Don't worry.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I have it laid out and detailed, but I don't want to.
You were in no danger of going over.
I went for brief. I did go.
You
for
did
brief.
go for brief. Like all of a sudden, we're like, okay, we're getting to the attraction, and we're done.
Like I have it drawn out, literally drawn out.
You have drawings.
Yes,
Okay.
I have drawings
Of the entire attraction?
Yeah, like where it would go through the mountain, like it would go under the subway, and then it would just keep going straight down, so it would just ride you all around. But the main thing I was trying to avoid was line congestion, because we always talk about that.
You kind of did a thing like they did with Dumbo, with the double Dumbos, is create like a not a non-queue waiting area instead of just waiting in a traditional queue.
See, I would have said he created like the Victoria and Alberts of rides, where it's like something where you check in
like
and
a
3
7-course
hours
meal.
later.
I like that.
You get out of there is because you got to sit down, you got to have the meal, then you have to you take your time, and you have the meet and greet, and then it's an experience. It's almost like I said, almost like a little separate event.
Okay.
Yeah, like dining with an Imagineer or something like that.
Well, because
Interesting.
the ride's just an
so you
add-on
have a
almost.
thrill. Yeah.
It's just icing.
Well, I
A little
wanted
extra
to.
added.
Yeah, I wanted to focus on the character, and again, it's like a guy that you don't get to see. You don't learn too much about him, in the movie. But then,
Launch Bay. That's the name of the Star
Launch
Wars
Bay,
thing. I'm
thank you.
sorry.
Not hangar. Yeah, Launch Bay.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Just
Yes.
dawned on me. My bad.
It's okay. It's good. It's
So
good.
yeah, I like that though, Victoria and Albert's. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to be an experience where you have all these things going on in this one place, but it's a place where people can.
Alcohol?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good.
All right.
I feel better now.
Before we play this up for comedy, why don't I just go next? Yes. Okay. And I'm not going to match up with Lee's presentation. I didn't do his presentation style.
Yours will probably be longer than mine though.
It definitely is going to be longer than yours.
So, board, I present to you Lawless Innovations Incorporated. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to start off with my smaller spaces.
Yes.
And we'll work up to big, okay?
Excellent.
So my first small space, I'm going to go ahead and put a little attraction I like to call the Dora Milaje Warrior Recruit.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yes, and it's going to be similar to Jedi Training Academy, where the warrior women of Wakanda invite you to join the warrior nation. And you're going to get to watch as the Dora Milaje showcase their fighting skills and invite
Nice.
younger wannabe recruits on stage to teach them the ways of a warrior. So Io will take the lead on this show, and she'll talk to the audience, and she'll select a few young girls to come up on stage with the Dora Milaje. She'll teach them some moves, and as they learn the moves, they'll bring out General Okoye to go ahead and observe the moves, and it's just as she's sitting there pronouncing how wonderful the girls have all done. Out comes the Jabari tribe, and there's M'Baku. Yes.
Man-ape.
And M'Baku's like, we are the finest warriors in all of Wakanda. We are the best soldiers, and we can prove it. And he invites the boys up on stage. And then the Jabari tribe teaches the boys a couple of things.
Very nice.
And so then when the boys have their thing and the girls have their thing, they let the boys go up against the Dora Milaje. Then the girls go against the Jabari. And lo and behold, the young warriors prove themselves up to the challenge, and everyone walks away happy. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever!
Wakanda forever.
So that
it.
was my first idea for a little small space to do
like
something like that. Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. I like
Respect, Dora Milaje. Gotta
Wow.
love them. Gotta
I love the
them.
Dora Milaje.
Oh, they're awesome, man. They kick butt.
Yeah, I was even gonna say, well, maybe somewhere in the course of this, if the girls prove themselves worthy, they shave their head right there on the spot.
No, that'd be like the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Yeah, exactly.
In reverse.
In reverse.
Here's a
awesome.
haircut and a spear. Good luck, Mom and Dad.
There you go.
Look, little Jane, Dora Milaje has a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique thing. You want to do it?
Sure, why not?
All right, do me up. That'd be $50.
The girls come in there, be like after them, like, wait, what's all this hair for? Don't worry about that.
We make pillows.
Shiny.
Locks of love.
Lots of love.
I
Yes.
like that. I like that.
No,
idea.
that's cool. I like it. Of course, yeah,
It's a nice little itty bitty little space that you can kind of do something with.
Yep.
Second itty bitty little space, or small space, I should say, that I want to do something with is I want to do, like I was thinking about restaurants. Like, I have no restaurants. You know why? I feel like African food is almost overrepresented at the animal kingdom now. You have the Harambe market. You have the what do you call it? Sanaa. You have Boca, Tusker House.
Tusker House. Yep.
Quite a few selections. Even Tiffin's, where you had. I was like, too many.
Greek. You went for Greek.
No, I did not go for Greek. I would love to go for Greek. But what I did was I decided to go for a cocktail lounge.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And I'm going to call it Jalia.
Yeah.
Jalia. Now, do you know what that is, Eli? Oh, you see, look at that. You got all comic related there. You don't even know what that is. And it was even in the movie. The Jalia is the place that T'Challa? I'm sorry, too much scotch.
The plant?
T'Challa. Got to command my tongue to say these words. T'Challa visits when he enters into the spiritual realm.
Oh, he sees his daddy.
Yes. So similar in size and design to Trader Sam's over in the Polynesian.
Yep.
Jalia is a cocktail lounge set in the Wakandan ethereal realm.
Oh.
So the lounge is going to be themed to the ancestral plane that the Wakandan kings visit to seek wisdom and counsel from past rulers. It's going to be darkly lit, I'm thinking, and then there are going to be some, what do you call those trees? The acacia trees that they have? Yes, the acacia trees that they're going to be woven into the design of the lounge.
Oh, pretty.
All around are going to be relics and artifacts from the past kings of Wakanda, and built into the walls are going to be large windows, which are really screens that are looking out onto the ethereal realm. So you're going to get that nice bright sky with that purple tinted aurora borealis lit sky, and in the background you're going to see trees, and in those trees are going to be panthers.
Nice.
And if you watch those screens long enough, you might even see panther to shift form.
Especially if you
fast.
drink enough cocktails, right?
That's you know what? That's what I was like. If I'm gonna have a cocktail lounge, where do I want to go? I want a place that I can drink so much I get to visit an ancestor.
That's awesome.
So that was what I was thinking. I was like, let's bring it all in together. So,
And so after you've been drinking so much, Disney Security comes up to you and goes, breathe. Breathe, queen. Breathe, queen.
that's it.
I'm imagining someone getting passed out, and they just bury them with sand. On the ground.
Somebody just getting drunk and like, I want to speak to my Uncle Johnny. I ain't seen Johnny in forever. But yeah, no, I thought that would be really kind of cool. You could really have like this really cool little light show going on in the background there. And meanwhile, the drinks can all be themed like, like you can have the Heart of Wakanda drink, which is going to be that
glow,
purple drink. Yeah.
The
Perfect. I love
vibranium.
it.
The vibranium,
With
of
the glow in
course,
that
the
cube
Killmonger,
and- yes.
the War Dog. You can do anything. Serve some appetizers so you have some food elements in there.
The
but-
Killmonger drink comes in a glass that's ribbed for your pleasure. Studded for your pleasure.
Bumps all on the outside of the
it's like
glass.
scarred, like little bumps.
Yes, it got bumps so you don't slip. It doesn't drop out of your hand.
That's
Exactly.
funny.
And it feels pretty good.
So that's what I would do at my second small place. I want a little
like it.
cocktail lounge in there.
Yes. Cocktail lounge is beautiful. I love
Drink
it.
enough, you'll see Bast.
All right. And now I'm only getting more complicated. So now for my medium style space, I want to do a theater show. And I'm going to
Sweet.
call this one the Black Panther's King Challenge. So as part of the Wakanda outreach program, you have been selected to observe the Wakandan combat ritual known as the King's Challenge.
Nice.
This is where T'Challa invites any tribe member to challenge for the throne. At the king's bequest, Wakandan architects have designed a special theater directly across from Warrior Falls, so guests can view the ceremonial challenge to the throne at a safe distance, of course. And now I'm picturing this kind of being like a cross between the Indiana Jones, stunt show.
Yeah. I was just thinking that, yeah.
A little bit of Flights of Wonder in there as well with the way the theater is designed, but
like it.
also little elements of Phantasmic. And basically what's going to happen is guests they're going to enter the theater through a passageway in the mountain. And once you enter into the theater, like it'll be similar in size and design to the Flights of Wonder Theater, complete with the overhang and everything like that. But instead of being outside, you're indoors. However, the ceiling and the walls are lit with LED screens to give you the impression, kind of like when you go to Vegas and you go to what is that?
Bolton Street,
Fremont Street.
Fremont
Street, and it's lit like your night. Or you go to the Venetian, and the whole entire sky is painted. It's not LED lit, but it's painted to look like you're outside. This is going to be made to look like you're outside, and you're going to be sitting in that theater facing a waterfall. You're going to see the water going off into the distance. And as the show starts, what's going to happen is you're going to see these boats come along. Now, you're going to have the digital projection from the screens in the background, but you're going to see two real boats kind of come up to the side. And on that boat, you're going to see a digital projection for T'Challa. And he's going to explain to you what this is and the King's Challenge and everything like that. And then the theater, similar to an orchestra lift, your theater is now going to descend down the waterfall. Nice. Well, I should back up a little bit. When T'Challa introduces everything, they're going to bang the spear. The waterfall is going to go dry. The water's going to drain. As you descend down the fall, as the platform that the theater sits on lowers, you're going to start to come down that waterfall. And you're going to see and you're going to see the Wakandans standing there, chanting for the Warriors Challenge. It's about ready to overtake. Now, we're going to do animatronics for the high up Wakandans. Obviously, you got to
force perspective.
You got to force perspective the hell out of this. But we're going to do animatronics for the Wakandans that are very, very high up. When you get lower, we'll do digital screens, we'll do live performers, because basically what's going to happen is you're going to get to the bottom, and now it's a pure stunt show. Now you're seeing T'Challa in his Panther mask and M'Baku in his gorilla mask, and they're fighting it out, and then Killmonger comes out, and he challenges the winner of that, and it's just going to be a pure stunt show kind of thing where you kind of do choreography between the screens in the background and the live performers on stage.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, I have something similar like it.
Do you?
We should discuss a merger.
We should
between our two companies and just dominate this thing.
Lawless Creative and Kevin Limited? What is this? What are we doing?
That's right. Yeah. I like it.
And Las Vegas LLC, it's all going to be a joint effort.
You have this as well, Las Vegas?
Similar.
Oh, you see, I was worried about that a little bit because I'm about ready to touch on an idea that was similar to Eli's. And I'm like, there's... Let's be honest. There's only been one movie. It's not like there's a rich amount of material to pull from.
Right. That's why they pull from the comic. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, even
there's one movie and bits and pieces of two other movies. But that's about it.
Yeah, and they don't even really count.
Yeah.
All right. Last attraction is my mega attraction. Mega. Going to call Black Panther Journey to Mount Bashanga. And once again, as part of the Wakanda Outreach Program, you Kevin, have been selected to take a high-speed train ride to Mount Bashanga to tour Wakanda's Vibranium Mound.
Yes, indeed.
However, the tour is soon to be interrupted by an old enemy with designs on stealing the precious metal and selling it on the black market. So, here again, I'm picturing elements of Skull Island, Reign of Kong.
Nice.
Yep.
Meets the Mummy.
Oh.
I like it. I have a similar vision, but totally different. Yeah.
Okay, well,
but that's good, though.
Here's where I'm going with this, okay?
Yes.
So, again, back to what Eli said before. It's going to be set in a citadel. Guests will be walking through the queue to getting a tour of the palace throne room, the ceremonial chamber, and they will walk past a full-size recreation of T'Challa's Royal Talon fighter.
Holy crap.
I love that ship, and I wanted that ship in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But here's a kicker. This is what sets it apart for me. You board an open-air train car in the style of the monorails from the movie, kind of, again, like you said, but I want that high-speed monorail thing, but there's going to be no enclosed...
No top?
Right. There's going to be no top of the train. The cars are going to be segmented, and they're going to be suspended from an overhead track. Each one attached to a hinge that allows the riders to swing side by side when the train races along the track. In other words, Disney's first suspended roller coaster.
Love it.
It's like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, except you're hanging
and you're really swinging.
You're swinging
yeah, that's
exactly.
And you're really swinging.
Yeah.
Yes. I've been waiting for Disney to do something like that, and I'm like, well, if I'm going to get a chance in my Imagineering segment, I'm going to do that. A monorail suspended that can swing back to forth.
Well, I mean, honestly, the only suspended thing they've done is like that. Is like Peter Pan, right? And maybe even like the cable cars or whatever. But that's about it.
Yeah, but not with that speed. Like, that was the thing that I liked about having a monorail. Number one, it takes care of the line situation because you have a bunch of cars. People can get in there. But they're like, once you start it, boom. I mean, that speed right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
So just to run you through the attraction,
All right.
you're going to set off from the Citadel on a track similar to that canopied people mover track that you see in Tomorrowland, just to kind of protect that you can't see the top and you can't see the bottom of it, but you're going to have screens to both sides, kind of similar to Kong.
Yep.
That envelop the vehicle and give the impression the train has left the Citadel. You're passing through the marketplace, and now you're careening through the countryside of Wakanda. You can look out both sides. You're looking at a screen, kind of like the Hogwarts Express.
Right.
You're looking out as you're just zipping by, and you can see the homes and the members of all the different tribes going about their everyday life, tending the crops, riding horseback, herding armored rhino. You know, everything a normal Wakandan does.
Yeah, an armored rhino.
Yeah.
I got them all over my stuff.
Oh, dude, I'm
love-
getting to the armored rhino.
I love armored rhinos.
Y'all are hating that I went next, aren't you?
I knew I didn't want to follow up. I just knew I had enough
I'm still
experience
good. I'm
with
still
this.
good.
Yeah.
So then you enter Mount Pashanga. The ride picks up some speed as your car whips around the purple lit mine. You're going to spin around the great mound of the vibranium mine, cars racing to the top, and you're going to stop in a large opening that leads outside to that giant panther statue where Killmonger died. So you're inside the mine looking out through that large opening.
Do you see the sunrise or a set?
Nope. You meet Shuri.
Ah,
And
nice.
Shuri welcomes you to her mine. She can't wait to show you her lab and show you all the new developments. As she's talking to you, behind her in that opening, a ship comes roaring in. The cockpit opens, and who's in the driver's seat but Claw? Ulysses Claw shows up. And he's like, I'm here for the vibranium, but I hated the fact that the Wakandans kept me from penetrating your borders, and so now you're letting these schmucks come in here. I don't like that at all. So I'm taking the vibranium and I'm ending your reach out program or whatever, reach around, whatever you want to call it.
Reach back.
I prefer reach around.
Don't ask about the claws reach around program. That's a bad thing right there.
I'm scratching right there.
Ulysses Claw's reach around program.
Yeah.
So then
I got a visual that's really bad. Right? It's like, ouch.
I got a visual that
Little
was painful.
Sonic thing. Yeah, it's painful.
it's painful but loving at the same time.
It's done right. Yes. Yeah.
I hate it, but I love it.
So Shuri screams for us to go as Claw opens fire. We're off. We're blasting through the mine. Light blast going past your head as you plummet downward, swooping in and out of the caves. And we finally come to a stop after, kind of like Expedition Everest picture. You're just kind of careening in and out. And you come to a stop out in front of Shuri's lab. There again, digital screens projecting the actress who's playing Shuri there, where you get a look inside the lab as she's like, well, I think we've lost him, just in time for Claw and his men to bust into the room. He threatens Shuri. There's a fight ensues, 4D effects, and who shows up at the Black Panther? T'Challa's there. He goes ahead, busts a move, kicks a lot of butt. Claw retreats. And he's like, let's get these people to safety. So now you zoom off. Now you're going back through the countryside again as you're going there. There's T'Challa. You can look off to your right side and you see his Royal Talon fighter zipping past you like, okay, we're making sure you get there safety. We're sorry for the, we're sorry for the attack. Everything's been taken care of.
Everybody gets a free fast pass.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah.
You see the herds of rhino running
Yes.
with you, and you see Wakabi down there as well. And as you enter into the safety of the Citadel, you dock, and then there's T'Challa, again, digital screen effect, and you see him saying, yes, thank you so very much. We're glad you got here safely. We're going to take care of it. And then, boom, Claw busts in again, and he's got the drop.
He's got his coffee.
Yes. Oh, he wants some. And he's got his arm cannon pointed right at T'Challa and says, this time, I'm ending this. And just as he's about ready to fire, who busts through the wall but Wakabi running an armored rhino? Just boom.
Nice.
Claw goes through the wall. That's the end of Claw. T'Challa helps up Wakabi. They thank you for taking part in the Wakandan Outreach Tour 2018. And you leave, and as you round the corner, there is a large animatronic life-size armored rhino standing on top of a claw.
It's just an arm underneath the rhino's paw.
Exactly. And that is your Black Panther journey to Mount
Nice.
Pashanga.
Mount Pashanga. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
there we go.
Yeah, wow.
That sounds
So
like
there
a lot
you
of
go.
fun. Yes.
How timing? What was I?
Oh, I
10?
don't know. That works.
10 minutes. That's short.
I hear you. I mean, like, it seems like, great minds think alike. I mean, I like the suspended track.
I do. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I wanted
yes.
a new ride system. I'm tired of seeing the same old, same old. I mean,
Absolutely.
I get it. It's Disney, so you got to play it safe. So you don't want to necessarily do a inverted roller coaster where your feet are hanging.
Right.
You want to keep them in a car and make it kind of still seem a little bit safe, but at the same time, let's give them something that they haven't seen before.
That's right. Exactly. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Let's do it.
All right, here comes
All
the
right, so
Blue
here-
Collar Comedy Tour.
LLC stands for Lee Lastavica Comedy.
Presenting.
LLC is hard as hell.
What?
This is Lastovica Designs
All right.
board presenting them. You have the floor, sir.
Come on, Merle Haggard.
I
what
can
you
hear the
got?
money falling out the sky now.
All right. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the board. I'm very excited to present you with our vision of Wakanda. I don't have to tell you that the a project of this magnitude will not be a simple undertaking, nor it will be inexpensive.
It's a project of extraordinary
we are-
magnitude.
We are envisioning a land that will rival Pandora in its level of detail and splendor. And this time we don't have James Cameron and his dump truck full of cash to help us out. So with the recent purchase of Fox, we're expecting to be able to take several cost-cutting opportunities. First order of business will be to cancel all Fox News programming. That should help us see an immediate cost reduction in bribes, defamation of character lawsuits, sexual harassment
I knew he was
litigation.
going to throw
It
some
took
politics
3
in there.
minutes to go political.
Haven't even. Oh.
Well, at least they don't
As,
have takes and bullshit.
As well as a 100% turnaround in the karma department.
There he goes. Look at him. Right back to the script.
Bam.
We're also
Go
going
ahead.
to move all of the current White House slush funds over to the Imagineering department. That will be in exchange for keeping the current presidential animatronic in Hall of Presidents. But we do still retain the right to revisit the situation once the Mueller investigation has completed. Please see case number 8.12H, Hollywood Studios versus Mr. William Henry Cosby Jr.
Oh, Christ, dude.
Did you really put the cause in your pitch?
Put me in the presentation.
Are you auditioning for a job at MSNBC?
You're so messy.
All right, so with this unprecedented amount of cash flow, we'll be able to spare no expense. Envision, if you will, a high-speed rail system based on the fight scene between T'Challa and Eric Killmonger. Now take that system, create a network of trains that can transport you from even the furthest point of Walt Disney complex to the land of Wakanda within 10 minutes. And envision, if you will, like as you arrive, you will see the top floor of the African rainforest, but as you know, this is just an illusion, and you will be immediately transported to the bustling city life and countryside of Wakanda!
Nicely done.
All right, thank you. So for the large space, we're going to have our headliner attraction. This will be called Wakanda Forever. We're going to use the same ride technology as Radiator Springs Test Track. Envision, if you will, a mixture of that and Kilimanjaro Safaris, but about twice as big as Kilimanjaro Safari. So very large space. And then so you'll come in, see the sights of the cities, the different city markets, the country, the farms. You'll see all the vast differences between each tribe and their unique cultures. But wait, there's danger ahead. Dun, dun, dun. An outsider has penetrated the defenses of Wakanda and is attempting to smuggle vibranium to sell on the black market. Spring into action and fight Claw and his band of mercenaries to save Wakanda.
I like that. Spring it in action.
Spring it.
Spring into action.
Penetrate.
Pow.
Now, we also have to have a little bit smaller attraction for the kiddos, something that most everyone can ride. So we're going to do an all-ages ride, Raging Rhino Warriors. Here, everyone can join in the fun as you ride on the back of Wakabi's rhinos. Using the same ride system as Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, kids of all ages will delight as they ride on the back of a raging rhino.
A raging,
Yes.
like a rhino in heat. It's mating season in the yard.
Why is this
The
ride
rhinos
vehicle?
are raging.
Why is this ride vehicle so close to me?
Season in
There's
the
a
yard.
fourth horn on this rhino.
Is this ride vehicle supposed to do that? Why is it rearing up like
Hold
that?
on to the horn, Johnny. Hold on to the horn.
Oh, man.
All right, come on, Billy Mays, keep going.
All right. We're also going to create two dining options in Wakanda. The first one is a table service option called Bloodlines.
Oh,
Here
I
you
like
go.
that.
here you're going to cheer for your favorite tribe in the arena as various tribes of Wakanda battle for the title of Black Panther. If you're a Cable Guy fan, you will immediately notice the medieval times setup. Enjoy various meats and vegetable selections served by attentive waiters and waitresses in a mountainous setting, all while watching the battle below. Root for the merchant tribe, the border tribe, the river tribe, the mining tribe, the Jacobi tribe, or the golden tribe, as they all try to defeat the Panther tribe. And lastly, our quick service will be Wakanda.
God, it's so hacky.
Is it Chinese food, Wakanda?
I was gonna say I want to.
It is a Mongolian grill because there's no Mongolian options in Walt Disney World.
Just gonna serve bao.
Okay, so you could go out and say Wakanda made trade with Mongolia to come over with Wakanda.
Absolutely.
Wakanda here.
Wakanda.
Walk on by.
It's like your favorite comedian, Wakanda Sykes.
Lesbian bar.
God, this like, oh my God.
Go ahead, come on.
Oh man.
All right, so Mongolian grill featuring a variety of fresh vegetables and meats to satisfy any appetite. From strict vegetarians to full-blown carnivores, there are options for everyone. Each plate is your own creation with many African-inspired sauces. The flavor combinations are endless. And that's it. As a side note, very small space, not fully developed yet, but obviously there will have to be a gift shop. Don't have a name for it, but I'm thinking, big-ass spears, jewelry, Black Panther claws, and for all the little white kids, T-shirts that say colonizer.
What?
Colonizer!
Nice, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
That's what she calls the CIA guy.
Don't forget the T-shirt that says Wakanda Bee.
Wakanda bee. Wakanda bee.
So that is our vision of Wakanda for your consideration.
Ain't no Wakanda back, girl. That's for the little ladies. Yeah, they want a shirt. Yes.
My Wakanda don't want none unless you got buns, huh?
I'm glad you got all the political stuff out of the way early, man.
Yeah, you got it at
wow.
the beginning, and it's good to go. I love it.
You said it was gonna have some humor. I gotta admit, you did deliver.
He did. That was better than I thought. I thought it was all going to be like, playing. I thought like we were going to get like a tour, like a dark ride touring some vibranium dildo factory or something.
I was worried.
I was. Yeah, me too.
I was
Vibranium
worried.
dildo.
Dude, you've heard it before.
Even Lee know he right.
I'm envisioning like a ride like the Matterhorn with two vibranium dildos, and you're riding through and zipping through.
It was going to be a musical about the life of Huey Newton or something. I don't know. It was going to do something crazy.
We're colonizers. We're colonizers.
Doing it well.
Go to your country and conquer your people.
Colonize today.
Oh, now I want to see that show. Let me work that up.
Yeah, going to see edit point.
Yeah, edit point. Let me put that into.
Kevin's in rewrites.
Yeah, let me
Black
rewrite
Panther
my.
the musical.
Yes. About Wakandan life.
I don't trust you're a colonizer, but I'm still your friend and fly the ship.
And rape your women and run off on the horses.
You won't do that, will you, colonizer? But I'll take you to a meal at Wakanda.
Rape the women and
Ride
and prune the hedges.
Prune the hedges.
Of many small villages.
And ride the raging rhinos.
All right, Kevin,
All
you
right.
get to play cleanup. We're doing good time-wise. I'm
Yes,
amazed.
yeah, we're doing really good. Yeah. So
Wow.
we're going to Kevin Creative Limited.
Yes.
And so
All right, so this is Babe Ruth coming up the
This
bat
is me,
here.
yes.
Y'all.
So this is me, and I'm gonna actually doing this. I'm gonna have the board reference some links they'll have in their show notes, and I'm gonna send these links out to my fellow compatriots here on the show. But for my large space, the first thing I have is something called Wakanda Safaris.
Wait, no, what does the links go to?
The links go to ride systems, and I'll explain that in a second.
Did I tell you this dude had the most time to work on this
That's
stuff?
why I never want to follow behind him.
That's why I said he's got to play cleanup. This dude's got hyperlinks and
I remember from one experience, I can't remember what show it was, but
Probably The Incredibles.
I was after him with the ride, and I was like, I will never do that again. Like, he went into this crazy detail, and I was like, Yeah, so it's a roller coaster. Yeah.
And it won't be too bad. It won't be
This
too
dude was like, yeah, then there's like polarizing, magnetizing tracks. And I was like,
Yes.
I can't. Yeah,
He was
this
like,
dude-
follow that motherfucker.
Exactly. Like, I don't want no piece of that. Like,
Well, anyways, yeah, so kind of similar to what you guys have said, I have an attraction called Wakanda Safaris.
okay.
The tagline being, come see what Wakanda has to offer the world.
All right.
And so it's set up like a tour, kind of like a safari. You get to learn something. Of course, things go awry, right?
Okay.
And for this particular, actually, my little blurb, I say it starts out in an urban setting and it goes into the country, and then at some point it's going to end up in the mountain that you had stated to kind
Wait.
of give it a little tour.
Question.
Yes.
Okay, so is this like a ride vehicle similar to Kilimanjaro Safaris?
In
or is
fact-
this, what are we riding?
I am sending you the link right now, and
Oh,
this is
wow.
a new.
Well, for those of us that don't have
Even-
a computer right in front of us.
You have your
I was gonna
phone.
say, even as co-hosts
Yes.
have to.
Even your phone,
Get the
yes.
link,
So
okay.
while you're
Do you
pulling
get
that
like
up,
50 cents every time somebody clicks on it?
Hit the advertisement. That's where the extra revenue will come from.
yes, it goes to our vacation.
When you say, so you said it starts in like.
It starts. You basically start in the city, right? So you get
Okay,
the
so like
tours
where
and see all
Killmonger
the-
was.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of. Like you
Okay,
know when you
okay.
fly in and you see the downtown, the hustle bustle. So you kind of go through that, and the tour starts out where
All-terrain
you kinda-
dark ride vehicle. Okay.
Yes, and so the ride vehicle for this. Well, let me get back up to your question, Eli. So yeah, you start out in the urban, you get to see all the innovations in the city, and then you go out into the countryside where they get to show you innovations in farming and all that crops and livestock and whatnot. But anyway, the ride vehicle is something similar to what Dynamics Attractions had used for Universal, but I feel like Walt Disney could do this better.
Now, it looks like something similar to Dinosaur.
To Dinosaur, however, it is a trackless ride.
Trackless ride.
There's no tracks. There is no guiding wire a la Ellen's Energy Adventure. This is all programmed into it, and it just kind of follows along. So there's almost complete freedom. Now, here's the part. Here's the
wow.
part that makes it adjust to this particular attraction. I'm taking rhinos, right? And if we take the chassis,
You take those rhinos.
I take those rhinos. I'm give them that Ulysses Claw reach around,
Rhino up,
and
baby.
they'll be raging just like these rhinos. Claw. But anyway, yeah. So look, you take the chassis, the motor train, everything, the wheels and stuff, and then instead of like the normal like Jeep looking vehicle like you have in that link, we're gonna put like a couple of rhinos on top of that chassis, and then we're gonna have two of them kind of linked. So I'm envisioning, if you remember E.T. attraction in Universal Studios, how they had 4 bikes, in one little car. I'm envisioning 2 cars like that, ATV cars, linked together to give you 4 rhinos that the passengers can ride on. So the way it'll work outside, I'm envisioning, is this. The bottom half of the all-terrain vehicle will be kind of submerged below the ground. So whatever Imagineering special effects we use, so you can't see the wheels. So that way it looks like you're riding on a rhino. And of course, it'll have all the hydraulics and all the things, and it'll even breathe. People like when animals breathe between their legs, right? So we'll have the rhino breathing.
Like a banshee?
Like a banshee. So you
Okay.
can get to feel it breathe between your legs and feel like hot warmth, and it whisper like, I love you, in your ear.
Who doesn't love hot warmth?
Yes. So that's what it's going to look like outside as you're touring through the urban areas and into the country with the rhinos. And then you go into the mountain, where the vibranium is. And this is where, you don't have to have their terrain vehicles submerged anymore because you're in darkness. It now becomes a dark ride.
Darkness.
Darkness. And so now we have the screens and things happen, and vibranium goes on. And
Vibranium goes on?
Vibranium goes on. 3D effects. I was envisioning something to where, like, I don't know if there's any special mask that the passengers have to wear when they witness vibranium in its raw form, but they could probably come up with some kind of story that says, hey, you got to put it in these glasses, and they're actually 3D glasses. And so when you go in there, then it kind of gives you experience kind of like a Spider-Man meets like Dinosaur with the hydraulics, and you're riding on that bucking, in a breathing banshee.
No, you're onto something there because, and Eli could probably speak more intelligently on this, but I'm in my research for this, that's one thing that you don't touch upon, but vibranium is a radioactive element, and
Right.
there's like vibranium cancers that you can get from like people who work in the mine.
Yeah.
Like originally when I did that little cocktail lounge, I wanted to do it like as a cocktail lounge for miners.
Yeah.
They had a hard day's work. And they need a drink afterwards, but damn it, I could never find the name of a Wakandan miner.
They're all dead.
Exactly. They got the purple lung.
Got that purple flower thing.
Purple Heart, yeah.
I'm gonna go see the Lord at the bar.
But you're right. So they do have there's a radioactive element to it. So yeah,
Okay,
you would have
excellent.
to take
Yeah.
precautions.
Well, that's perfect. Yeah, then they absolutely need the goggles before entering this mine.
You're absolutely right.
And
And
of
I don't know
course,
if goggles will help. I mean, it's the lungs you got to worry about.
they gotta wear a vest
Yes.
with the goggles.
Can you give him like a bodysuit?
Yeah, and then it contracts.
oh, that'd be fun. Oh, that'd be fun, actually. Yeah, because then you can get temperature involved. You
You know
know,
about that warmth, ain't you?
you get that warmth and you feel wetness. You get all kind of, sensory immersion.
Well, remember, we're in Florida now. I mean, that warmth is not. Well, no. We can't build it in Florida. So, go nuts.
Yeah,
Warmth.
we'll go nuts. Warmth. Yeah,
A
submerged,
lot-
yeah.
a whole bunch of warmth.
So at some point, of course, when you enter this in the vibranium mine, the Black Order, it interrupts the journey. And that's the people that antagonist in my particular attraction.
That's
And,
big.
Yeah, they attempt to take down Black Panther.
Well, you're going to have to
Wakanda.
explain the Black Order, though, I think, to people who don't know the Black Order.
Oh, the Black Porter is the Black Porter. The Black Porter is an excellent beer that I highly. No, I'm just kidding.
It's called Guinness.
No, but I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but I think of them as like Thanos' henchmen. They're like his boys.
Yes.
Yes.
they're
If you
like,
watched Infinity, the
right.
Black, the Maw,
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Ebony
Yes,
Ball.
Ebony
Ebony
Maw.
Maw, all the guys, the
all the
girl.
guys that helped, the
guy that
Thanos' henchmen,
Yes.
and the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah,
What was
they-
Infinity
Glaive.
War. I'm sorry.
What are they? They're not because Thanos is the
They're like his disciples.
Yes,
yeah, but
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, aren't they
Yeah.
like something specific, like the kind of beings they are? Aren't they like
Like acolytes, kind of.
You mean like you like what type of alien are
yeah,
they?
yeah, aren't they some type of
Oh.
alien?
Well, I think they're different types.
right?
They're
Maybe
all different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of
Okay.
them look the same.
They're from various worlds that he conquered.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but
then
they're
they
like
decided to follow him.
acolytes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they believe in the
Yes.
Thanos cause.
Yeah, so I went with this thinking that maybe they can't use Thanos if they build it on the East Coast. I don't know what the stipulations of the rules are, but maybe they can get away with using the Black Order. I don't know.
Oh,
They
they build it,
should.
yeah, on the East Coast. Yeah,
Yeah.
anything
They should be
goes.
able, right?
Well,
No,
technically,
no. I'm sorry. You're thinking of West
West Coast. West Coast, we can
Yeah,
bring Thanos
my
and the
bad.
Black Order.
Yes.
The East Coast, do you think the Black Order would be effective?
I don't think we're gonna get away with Wakanda on the East.
Probably not. You're probably right. Yeah,
well,
probably
yeah,
not.
you won't get away with Wakanda technically, but the Black Order, that's kind of like a mix because if I'm thinking right, they used a Marvel handbook that came out like in the 80s, which the Black Order wasn't part
Okay.
of that handbook.
Oh, that's true because the Black Order wasn't necessarily,
They weren't made then.
They were, yeah, and then they're not featured in any of the art in and around Marvel Island or whatever.
Okay.
So,
Right.
yeah, so,
So
maybe you could get the Black Order.
I would
Okay.
think so.
That'd be awesome.
Just don't put them in the handbook.
All right, Disney
Yes.
Legal, get on that.
Yes.
But anyway, no, I'd love to see more of the Black Order because I thought they were pretty cool in the movie.
I
And
love the Black
and-
Order.
yeah.
That was one of the highlights. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very small time in the movie. You got to see them, so any more exposure to them would be great. I think it would just strengthen even more their presence in the movies. Excuse me, I'm so choked
You're
up.
feeling
I'm
the Black
feeling
Order.
it.
That's like
I'm feeling the Black Order. But yeah, so that's particularly the big weenie attraction, utilizing that particular ride system with that kind of story and everything else. Yeah, and the hydraulic,
weenie.
the big weenie. It's
That's
the
the
big
name of the
weenie.
attraction, the big weed.
With a big mountain and the hydraulic rhinos. And the breathing hydraulic rhinos.
It's not enough to be the weenie. It's the big,
Big
weenie.
weenie. Yeah, the big weenie, yeah.
Is that like the big ragu or?
It
the Big
should be.
Lebowski.
Okay.
Yeah, you hit the vibranium and it goes, hey, and it knocks out the Black Order. But anyway, sorry, so that's the large space. In the medium space, I developed something similar to kind of what you guys have studied with the stunt shows and stuff.
Okay.
But I am sending you guys, and I posted this in the show links for the board, but I'm sending you the link to the next ride system I'm using, also by Dynamic Attractions. And it uses this 360-degree rotating theater attraction, which has movable screens and sets that
Holy
are behind the screens. Yeah,
cow, Kevin.
It's pretty insane. So I've never seen anything like this at Disney World.
A
And-
motion theater. Yeah, I see what you're talking about
You know?
here. That's amazing.
But picture this. I'm thinking it's an experience where you take Honey, I Shrunk the Audience meets Terminator 2 3D meets the Jedi Training Academy.
Ah.
So I wanted, you have the theater with the stage, with the rotating screens and all the effects that go with it. And basically what it starts out as a training academy where audience members look to learn the fighting style of the Dora Milaje. And I do like your idea with the
Great
yeah,
minds,
if you bring
man.
that
Look
in
at
there, so
that.
it's great. For me, I was gonna have like the Dora Milaje was like Bruce Lee with the Jeet Kune Do, and he says it doesn't matter if you're male, female, you learn this style. But I like introducing the man ape and his people and getting the boys up too.
Yeah,
I think that'd be
originally
pretty cool. I
just
like
went-
that.
It was going to be Dora Milaje teaching
Yeah.
boys and girls, but I thought some kid would yell bull. You know,
Right,
like, y'all are all
right.
girls. What do you mean you just teach boys? So that's why I introduced the Jabari. But
No, but I like
Go
that. I
ahead.
like that. If I can combine those, I'd rework that into this. But anyway,
Yes.
so you got that. They get the students up and they get trained, and stuff. And all of a sudden, something attacks the theater. You know, and the DeLorean, and this is when the theater would rotate and the screens go back to reveal this big, huge set of what's attacking the theater. And of course, as the theater rotates out, you see the same pictures you see behind in the set. And
it's like Circle Vision 3D.
yes.
With physical elements. I like that.
And the screen completely surrounds you, so you can have a live stage set in one side, and in back you have, you can look all around you and something's happening. You are completely immersed in this experience.
And you have that moving platform, kind of like I was talking about with the Wakanda show,
Yes.
except it doesn't raise, but it moves.
Yes, exactly. And then you can put speakers in there, so you can
Right.
get the amplified bass and the music and all the effects. So it's 100% immersive experience.
Okay.
I'm thinking 2 theaters like that side by side, kind of like Mission Space. Oh, not Mission Space. What is Journey to Mars? Where Alien Encounter used to be. That theater setup.
Yeah, Stitch. Yeah.
Yeah, Stitch. Yeah, so you have 2 theaters, like similar theaters, so that you can accommodate more people. But yeah, so that basically, I'm envisioning the audience guests that go up on stage stay in one place. We're not going to have them tramping all over the 360-degree set, but they have a safe spot. But they do their fighting, in from where they're at, and they're ultimately the ones that beat the attackers, whomever they may be. And that's the 4D experience for the Dora Milaje Training Center.
That is an amazing ride system that you found. Like, I'm not even clicking off this website because I'm waiting for your next one.
Oh, no.
I'm going right back to dynamic attractions.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, that's an actual website. And guys that listen to the show, I'm big on like ride vehicles. And
Yes.
I know dynamic attractions have done a lot of stuff with Universal, but I can only help but think that Disney could plus it. Yeah, sure. I mean, but I'm talking about like the ATV thing, adding the Rhino body on top of that chassis would be just an awesome experience. Including more of like an interactive stunt show thing with the rotating theater would be an experience. And in fact, the Mummy ride is based on one of dynamic attractions in there, which is like I think they call it the SFX coaster. You'll have to check it out. And guys out there,
I'm on it.
Yeah, it's a similar thing. You can take the coaster in many different ways and angles and all kind of interactive elements. They use that particular ride system for. And I'm getting off topic. The latest Harry Potter ride. I forgot the Gringotts. Escape from Gringotts is what they use that ride attraction on, and it's pretty amazing, And that's something I wish Disney would get more into. They kind of did it with Expedition Everest, but all it does is just go backwards and then change tracks. And that's it.
They have a flying theater over at Dynamic Attractions where I'm like, that would work well with my idea for the Wakandan Falls.
Well, they use
Warrior
that
Falls, I
for
should
Jimmy
say.
Kimmel. That's what they use. Escape from New York is Jimmy Kimmel. That's the ride system, and if you notice, it is similar to the Banshee, of Flights of Wonder. No, Flights of Wonder. What am I thinking of?
Why are we promoting these people if
I
they're
don't
not
know.
Because
sponsoring us?
he contracted them. That's what he doing.
Well, but we're going to build it better.
You're setting
setting
the,
it, yes.
Yes, you're setting a table.
Yes.
And you're going to go to them like, listen to this. We put you over huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So help
Come
us
on.
out.
I mean, they're in Orlando, so
2015, 2016, 2017
Hop, skip,
brass
and
ring
jump.
winner.
Yes. So there'll be one of our people we contract out to, but we make it better so it's even better than the Universal stuff. How about that?
Nice.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I know. They got some pretty awesome stuff on that website, man. Just like the ride systems. I'm like, look, even the KUKA robotic arm. They have that. That's their thing.
Yeah,
They created that, and it's just amazing. But of course, Disney can't use that one. But
yeah, I'm
they
looking
could
at it
probably-
right now. The KUKA, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Robotic
absolutely
arm ride, yeah.
But anyway, to round out my present, I have a couple of small spaces.
All right, let's go to small.
All right, so I had a similar thing called Wakabi's Rhino Hoedown, but I'm going to leave that off because I have something else that I like to
Wait,
use.
wait. Say, what'd you call it?
Wakabi's
Wakabi's what?
Rhino Hoedown.
Rhino hold down.
That's the title of my...
Well, shucks, partner.
Come on now, stay on round. See the rhinos go on town.
Oh,
where you can ride a hoe down.
yes.
Oh, wow.
Y'all ain't had enough of Mater yet, have you? Well, here's Wakabi's hoedown.
Here it is. Go and show them, Mr. Rhinus.
I had an honorable mention that I'll throw it into. I have two small spaces, so I have an honorable mention that I'll throw in as one of my small spaces.
Okay,
but
go
I
ahead.
wanted the Ulysses Claw shooting gallery,
Ulysses Claw shooting guy.
and instead of guns, you get like his arm. you start shooting things in the gallery, just so I can have another shooting gallery in the world.
Wait, like you put your arm in his arm?
Yes.
I see what he's saying. Yeah,
And then
I
you
know.
could just start shooting things, just like he did, like
You
different
insert
targets
your-
and everything.
yeah.
Yes, you insert your arm, and I guess you trigger it just to get it going. I don't know if
Yes.
he really does that in life, but I mean it's Ulysses Claw, and then your arm would split and shoot out the little. You wouldn't really shoot pellets; it'd be all like CGI.
It's lasers.
Lasers, lasers kind of thing. So I think that would be fun.
So this is honorable mention, or this is real?
Well, this was honorable mention, but I turned it into real because
Okay, it's real.
the hoedown got taken by Lee, and that's fine.
The hoedown is honorable mention.
Yeah, the hoedown is honorable mention. Yeah.
Okay.
I basically switched spots.
Did we go through the hoedown? I don't feel like we gave enough attention to the hoedown. Can we come back to the hoedown?
We can come back to the hoedown.
Can we have the showdown with the hoedown?
No, it's a lot of
I want
love.
to know about the fiddle player.
The square dancing.
playing the fiddle.
There's a lot of
Piece of
people
straw in
saying.
his mouth.
There's just a lot of people saying "my love" in there.
Oh wow!
But anyway, so I have a little cafe, a little coffee shop,
Okay.
What cafe?
and it's called Okoye's. You're close. It's called Okoye's Ikufu.
Okay.
Ikufu, Ikufu is Kosu, which is the language they speak in Black Panther. Kosu.
Kusu.
And do you know what that Ikufu stands for?
Big titties.
Is it like
Awesome.
Is it like Kavifi?
No. It's called it's for coffee. It's Kosa for coffee, which is the language that they speak in the Black Panther movie. And I envision it having some kind of pastry based on the heart-shaped herb that can only be bought there. Mm-hmm. And basically, you know what this is? And this is a play off of something that was said in Infinity War.
Like a coffee shop?
It's a Starbucks. So Okoye gets her Starbucks.
Oh.
She's like, when you said I opened the world, I thought maybe a Starbucks.
Yes.
Yes. So I gave Okoye her own Starbucks.
Funny.
But it would have
sure
that.
you said that. It was a
No, it was Okoye, yeah, because she was walking out with
okay.
him. Yeah, because she has to protect the kingdom, and she's like, I thought when you opened it, you would maybe something else. I forget what she first says, but maybe a Starbucks or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I gave her a coffee, her Starbucks, and so you have a little snack in your eating area.
Can I tell you, I thought about putting a Starbucks, like instead of doing that Djalia bar.
cocktail?
The cocktail lounge. I was like, well, I'm gonna put I want to put a coffee house in there. But I'm like, it's Disney. Who's lingering at a coffee house? And that's what made me go with the cocktail lounge, because if you can have a drink and the air conditioning, maybe you would go that way.
Yeah.
But great minds think alike. Because I was thinking along those lines as well. If it wasn't going to be a cocktail lounge, it would have been a coffee house.
Yeah, absolutely. And I figure Okoye deserves her Starbucks.
Yeah, well, sure.
Oh, she sure
in
does.
safety, she gets it. Yes.
Did homework.
But yeah, so basically that's my pitches for those small spaces.
Well, very well
Yeah,
done,
absolutely.
sir.
Yes, thank
this
you.
is amazing. What are we at time-wise here?
An hour and 20.
Wow.
Oh,
An hour and
wow.
20
Have
or
we
so, yeah.
I don't think we've ever done
fallen,
that in the past year.
Yeah, have we fallen asleep and become professional all of a sudden?
I don't know, but we
Or did
we ran
Eli
through
just
that.
go 20 minutes too short?
Yeah, I will vote for the latter. You're welcome.
I do want to see Ulysses Claw shooting gallery. That'd be awesome.
That
would make me
a
happy.
very nice touch.
Because now that way I not have one, but two shooting galleries to play at. two shooting galleries.
That's a nice touch. You can put your arm in
Yes, you
I
put
did.
your arm
That's
through and you
trippy.
just shoot things. Yeah, and these will work.
Right.
You get the random
So would it
rifle.
be
doesn't-
more shooting gallery or more Toy Story Midway Mania?
No, it's gonna be more shooting gallery.
Okay,
I
so
want
they have
more
like
shooting.
actual things to shoot, physical things to shoot.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I
You'll be
envision-
shooting the Black Panther,
A
Shuri,
briefcase full of money.
briefcase
Yeah.
full of money.
Make it
Yes.
rain. I made it rain.
A bunch of good guys.
a bunch of cars in motion. Well, no, but I'm envisioning like you're standing in front of the platform and there's a scrim so that you can project the lasers and stuff to make it look like you're shooting those little balls out of your hand. And then there'll actually be real targets behind that scrim. If you don't know what a scrim is, it's just like a little piece of fabric that's see-through, right? And they use it a lot in theater when they illuminate from behind. So yeah, you have all the actual tactile objects behind it, and then you have projected kind of like augmented reality setup. It's just like that.
Can I tell you what I like about what you did?
Yeah.
That you took a similar approach to what I did, and not like necessarily all in the concept. I'm talking about in the execution. Is that you're like, I'm not gonna come up with something unless I can, in my mind, feasibly see how this would work.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Oh, yeah.
In a realistic setting.
Yeah.
Like, you actually went out and found the actual ride vehicles and everything
Yes.
that could, like, to me, that was like, I have this happen. And I'm like, how are you going to do that?
Right.
What does that make sense? How would you make that happen? How can you zip through the country? Because
Yes.
that was one of the hardest challenges of coming up with this area for Wakanda in building a ride system is that everything in Wakanda is so spread out.
Right.
So the vibranium mound is so far away from the Citadel.
Right.
And so it's like, well, how do you get there and make it look realistic? And then, okay, you can get him the vibranium mound, but now you got to get him back.
Yeah.
You know, so...
But you know what? If I could, I started out, my idea for the large thing started out first as a similar idea with yours, with like a train. And I had that figured out. Because with the new Slinky dog toy coaster thing, it is a linear induction motor launched roller coaster. But it starts out like that. But I was envisioning something like the People Mover, which is basically linear induction motors, which you can control the speed at any point on the track.
Yes.
Right. So with nowadays, with the technology you have more powerful linear induction motors, which means you can do what you want, where stop, slow down, speed up, all of a sudden shoot, get back, and have them come all the way back. So you can regulate speed and have that part of your attraction for that ride vehicle.
But you need that was what I came across. That's why I did the inverted roller coaster. It was like you can do all those things, but now you got to strap these people down.
Right.
It's like, and so how do you do that?
Yeah.
Well, do you really want to put straps on? It's just like another roller coaster. You want to not invert, but suspend the sucker.
Right.
And then now all of a sudden it's something where you're kind of swinging back and forth, and you give them a unique ride experience. You can't.
It could be like a zip line through Wakanda.
Oh, or zip line. You know what? Can I tell you? Like, I wanted, like, in my Wakanda Falls experience there, I wanted there to be a point
That'd
where...
be awesome, actually. Yeah, that'd be freaking awesome.
I wanted there to be a point where
it.
Killmonger comes out through the audience, and he's threatening to kill the audience.
Yeah.
But then I was like, how do I get Killmonger from the theater where the audience is sitting over to the falls? Zip line. I'm like, that's just too crazy. Forget it. And so, like, I just kind of like, well, let's just keep it all over at the falls. It's a stunt show. It's a theater thing.
You could
It's
pull
not
a
supposed to be
Mickey in
anything big.
Fantasmic.
You could pull a Mickey.
Yeah.
I thought about that as well. Obviously, I wanted there to be several secret little hidden entrances in and out to where the actors can kind of zip in and zip out as they need to, so that way they can kind of shift places with the digital screens. But that's what I like about what you've done. If you in some way you said this has to make sense technologically for me to even approach it. Yeah. So I like what you did there.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and like I said, like for listeners of the show, I'm really big into ride systems, and I wanted to find something that was unique or plus something that already exists. So I my first idea for that large attraction was, like I said, the linear induction motor, a la People Mover thing. But when I discovered that they had the Dynamics attractions had come up with the trackless all-terrain dark ride vehicle, I was like, oh, this is just too perfect.
Can I tell you, here's the good news and here's the bad news. The good news is that you're probably going to win, but the bad news is that Kevin Creative is out of business and Dynamic Attractions has won.
He took it over. They bought me out. Yes, they bought the bid. Yes.
So none of us get any money. Oh well.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
I enjoyed that, and all these things, man, I'd absolutely love to see in the parks at some point while I'm still alive.
Seriously, next time we do this, Eli, you do not go first. You need one of us to set the tone, because I feel like you could have elaborated on that for 30 minutes if you were to let one of us go first, and you'd be like, oh, I see how this works.
Yeah, I'm with that. I really went for time because I was like, okay, 15 minutes. I know I'm long-winded.
I mean, I kind of did the same thing because, again, like a general overview, as opposed to with Danny and Kevin both went into more detail. I was afraid I was going to go too deep in the detail, so I just had like more of a general overview.
I mean,
you
I
went
had
into detail, just all about communism and
cut off Fox News.
Man, I need that Donald Trump money to fund my park.
Yeah, get that. I mean,
see. You know what, Eli? With me, when I heard your presentation, I felt like that's kind of the vision for the new Star Wars hotel.
What?
Where there's like
part of it?
blurred lines between what's a restaurant, what's an attraction. Who the cast members are, things like that. So that's what I was kind of envisioning when I was listening to your presentation.
That's a good point.
A Wakanda version of the new Star Wars hotel.
I'm glad Lee brought that up because, now that he says that, it brings me back to the beginning of your presentation where you proposed that. And I'm like, holy this dude is kind of tapped into where they're going with, is that these theme parks are now going to be interactive and you kind of play a role in this universe.
First thing I did was I was like, okay, well, I know you guys are going to go for the movie. So I was like, well, I'm the comic book guy. At least got to try something for the comic book. And then I've looked through one issue I had in Black Panther, and it was like there was this shot of the throne room. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, because the way it was drawn was golden. He was sitting on the throne and all this other stuff. And I was like, and I just kind of went from there. And then I was like, oh yeah, well, he's part of this group, and that would be interesting to bring people in creative wise. And that's kind of like I just went left with it.
No, but that's kind of the what was so smart about what you did, because if you notice, you picked up on something which is where Disney is going that the rest of us did not pick up. Like Kevin and I were so lost in ride systems and creating something unique that we would like to see there. We didn't touch upon where Disney is actually going. Like, Disney has not shown any interest in doing new innovative ride systems for a while now.
Right.
They're kind of fine with the same old. Where they're going is interactive. And now you're in this world, and now you make choices, and these choices affect other choices, and that's where they're going. And you're the only one who touched on that, so I'm complimenting.
Yeah,
I'm totally with you. I'm totally, but
it was still good. It was still good.
Yeah, it's not to downgrade.
No, I'm not. Yeah. Trust me, I'm not insulted. But I went for time, and I went for the broad stroke. But I knew I was not going after Kevin. I just knew that.
Well, you didn't say nothing, but I said it. I was like, okay, me and Eli talked, and I think Kevin needs to play cleanup, because we all knew Kevin was going to come correct, and Kevin did.
Oh, he did. He absolutely did.
Thank you.
No, that was awesome.
I love doing these extras. This is a lot of fun for me.
I bookmarked this dynamic.
Dude,
attraction.
I discovered that and I was like, oh my God, I got to read this. And the first person I thought was also Richard Hercher. Like, he would probably dig this.
Oh, dude.
Checking out this technology and stuff that's out there. Because they're obviously the company that's the latest doing stuff like this. Innovative ride designs, innovative tech. The trackless ATV dark ride.
Oh.
Trackless. I mean, you can reprogram it to do whatever you want without having to relay track. Mm-hmm. You can just redesign the building and still use the same vehicle for it. I mean, it's unlimited.
What's funny about that is that you're looking at dynamic attractions and you're like, oh my God, what new inventions have they come up with that Disney can explore? And I'm looking at Universal. Can Disney get up to speed with this?
Right.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, just. You go here and we'll be happy.
Yeah, no, and that's what I was totally trying to tap into, is progressing what they already have.
And Richard Herschel will probably be right. He'll be CEO in like 15 years of dynamic attractions. Hopefully, he'll be hiring Kevin Creative.
There you go.
There you go. You're the pitch man for
and what
him.
am I, Lawless? What am I?
Lawless Innovations Incorporated.
Lawless Innovations Incorporated.
That's right. Yes.
Buy stock.
Like Kids Incorporated, but different.
We're going public.
Yes. All right. Well, guys. I hope you enjoyed that little romp through our imaginations. It's been a while since we did some armchair imagineering, but we are artistic buffs, and we wanted to exercise that muscle today. And hopefully you heard all the ideas that were coming forth. I will have a poll getting posted up the exact same day that this show comes out. So you'll get a chance to vote on the aspects you like to see in Wakanda as the board. Your role is the board. This is your role. So a little edutainment thing, or a little theater of the mind, if you will, just kind of embracing that role and figuring out what you would pick to have in Wakanda, the world of Black Panther.
Yeah, and take this one seriously, not like Kevin's hair and Lee's beard.
Yes.
Like, actually...
Actually vote, yes.
Actually vote on this one. Let your voice be heard, because this matters.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
This has some ramifications and stuff. So
It does.
yeah, our hair doesn't, other than our pride, but that's about it.
And your spouse.
And my spouse, yes, that's
Yes.
right. Our spouses, yes. But yeah, keep an eye for that poll. We look forward to hearing your ideas. So if you have any ideas, let us know. But we definitely want to see your voting results. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that journey through our minds, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts and your ideas for this. If you want to learn more about us, magicourway.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. You can also get in touch with us through the following ways. You can shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com. You can send us a voicemail via our SpeakPipe widget, or you can call it, text us at 1-815-MOWEEKEND. That is 1-815...
www.dynamicattractions.com. La la.
669-4226.
I like how I added the
www.
You just said dynamic. God, that showed my age.
I was like, I wonder where he was going with that.
That's all right. I still say www.magicourway.com at the beginning,
I know.
so it's like I can't,
I blame you.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, when the show comes out, man, we want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yes, hopefully it's safe and you enjoyed it and you had your fill and you paid respects to the independence of the United States of America. I should specify for the Independence Day in America.
Is our Disney America show still around?
It is. It's still out there.
Okay, I was going to say, maybe we should re-record that and do it now that Eli and Lee are on the show for everyone to hear. But if it's still out there to be downloaded, hey, go check that out sometime.
And I'll even post a link in social media if you want to check out that show. And basically, Danny, how would you describe that? That was like a romp through one of the ideas that Disney had during the Eisner years, yes?
Yes, to celebrate all things America.
All countries, but mostly America.
Mostly America. Yes.
But mostly Florida.
The theme park that they were going to open was in Williamsburg, Virginia.
In
I
Virginia,
can't remember where it was off the top of my head, but I mean...
It was definitely in that area near D.C., for sure. Yeah.
It caused a huge uproar because people were not happy.
Yeah.
But bottom line is that we went through exactly what that park was supposed to be, beat by beat, attraction by attraction.
It was very thorough. One of the few shows that addresses it, like our show, and then there's one or two other podcasts and an article or two that talk about it. But yeah, that was something that could have happened.
Yes,
absolutely could have happened. But anyway, guys, so happy 4th of July, Independence Day in the United States of America, and I hope you enjoy this show. But anyway, guys, we got a couple of people to do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli. Eli does things with comics. Tell him what you got going on, sir.
Yes. As always, you can visit www.ivorycomics.com. I'm doing the same thing. I do that every week, though, right? ivorycomics.com.
This is why we can't get the 20-year-olds listening to this podcast.
Well, you got to do
Drop the www.
You can't help it, right? It's like it's ingrained in there.
What's a www?
Get that W. Get that W in there. So yeah, you go to ivorycomics.com. You can check out artwork I have for the various projects that I'm doing. Project Geisha, Savages, Molly Be Damned. There's always a link. Jesus. To this podcast.
A hyperlink.
Hyperlink.
That'll bring you to Dynamic Attraction.
Right to our new sponsor. They just found out. And Facebook.com. I can be found there. Eli H. Ivory. Project Geisha has own Facebook page on Facebook.com. Instagram, you can find me there at EIV504. I just posted up a page I just finished for Savages, so some people have been clicking like on that. Thank you very much. And of course, on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock10166. So as always, I appreciate the support, the love, guys. Thank you very much.
And guys, if you want to take a trip now or in the future to see our creations, possibly, you could do so through Lee. Lee, tell them how to do this.
All right. Easiest way is to give me a call at 413-349-8747. That's 413 Raging Rhino Horns. That's 1 RGN RNO HRN. That's always, you can check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/LostAvicaTravel. You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. And as always, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with no
Hasselvika.
And guys, if you want to support all of this, you can do so through the following ways. You can click on our affiliate links on our website. You can also buy us some beignets and support the show that way. You can also represent the Mohican Nation wherever you go by purchasing some clothing from my shop. And the easiest way to support us is to leave a rating and review in iTunes or wherever you download the show, whether it is Stitcher, Blu-ray, Google Play, etc. Should we read that review that we were talking about?
We have time.
Let's do it.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I keep talking about every week that you leave the easiest way to leave a rating review. And we were talking earlier. We were checking out some of our reviews that we've been going because we used to read it and we kind of stopped But we
got disillusioned, so we stayed away.
Yeah.
After that last review about how we were fake personas and all that.
Yes.
Oh, geez, I totally forgot about that. Well, did we address that at least?
We did. And after that, we stayed away. But then we read this review, and it was like, wow, that is amazing.
Yeah. So let's take a second and we give recognition to this review. I mean, you don't have to go this extensive, but if you do, great. But yeah, this is one of our
this extensive.
This is one of our reviews. And it's written by Showers to Flowers back here on November 2017. And it's titled Done Right. And he gave us 5 stars. Thanks. Let me just read this review. It says, so it took me a little while to warm up to these guys. I listened to several Disney podcasts, oftentimes right before I go to sleep. I finally figured out that I was setting myself up to dislike them. I'll explain. Because they've got such a rapport and have so much fun, they end up a lot louder than most other podcasts. So where other podcasts put me to sleep, let's put aside what that says about them or me for now. This one kept my attention. Then I stayed up late to finish listening. Then I was all grumpy from lack of sleep.
I've been there.
Once I figured that out, it was easy to lay aside my quibbles, listen during the day instead, and love this podcast. These guys have a true love for Disney stuff that shines through. That love includes criticism when needed, praise when deserved, and a thoughtful, engaging conversation during which they never lose sight of the importance of humor, no matter what. The bros who took over WDW today would do well to take a lesson from the gentlemen of MOW. The former are prime examples of the perils of forgetting your purpose and alienating much of your audience with your broness. The latter stay true to their purpose and resist the danger of descending into caricatures of themselves, which kind of offsets that other review, right? And he says, to round it off, one of my top 3 podcasts about any topic, not just Disney, highly recommended. Thank you, Showers to Flowers.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Showers of Flowers. We're sorry it took us half a year to recognize.
Hey, look, and we're sorry for all that lack of sleep.
Yes, definitely for that as well.
You feel your pain.
Yes. It says one thing that we here on the Magic Our Way podcast pride ourselves on is getting sleep.
Yes.
Above anything
Sleep
else.
is important, yes.
So, yes, we're sorry, but we read a really bad review at one point, and we were like, let's just stay away from that for a while. But that touched our heart. And
yeah.
I read it to y'all over dinner because I saw it recently.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even know that was there until you read it.
Yeah,
that
touched home. I mean, that was like, wow, man. I love the fact that we irritated the hell out of him, and he was like, "There's something about this. Let me stick him or her. I don't know. Let me stick with this." So, thank you so much for taking the time to write that. It was beautifully written.
Yes, this kind of stuff kind of re-energizes us, of course. Along with the interaction with our listeners, we love hearing from listeners. Facebook. All the social media, everything, emails, voicemails, and stuff, which we will get to. Don't worry, guys. I have them all in the backlog, and we'll address each and every one of the stuff that y'all been sending in.
And this is why you should stay tuned in till the end of the show, because every once in a while, arbitrarily, we'll address something that you did.
Yes.
At the very end of the show.
Surprise!
Absolutely, yeah. So there's entertainment all the way through.
It's our surprise because we're like, oh my god, we have extra time. Let's do something with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we can guarantee, even though it sounds like I'm reading from a script, I'm not. I got it memorized. Yes, but there's usually a lot of entertainment all the way through the end of the show, guys. So just to kind of finish out, remember, guys, we are part of the BS Podcast Network, whose motto is "We speak our minds, so you don't have to." But we love hearing from you guys. So be sure to support our partners in podcasting over there. And of course, guys, we thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to us and making us a part of your Disney fan life. We appreciate you and love hearing from our listeners. All opinions, I swear, all opinions are welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so get in touch with us today. So, Mohegans, ladies and gentlemen, we say Kwaherini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with tacos. Wakanda.
Bare necessities are Mother Nature's recipe.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what that is?
Tony Bennett.
It is Tony Bennett.
Oh man, Italians recognizing Italian.
You know what song
he likes that?
What song is he singing?
Well, the song that Lee couldn't sing when he was trying to do it for the Navigator.
Oh wow.
Hey, but do you know what I'm listening it on? This is Mad Hatter Radio, which is a online radio station of Disney fan stuff that we have partnered up with, man. How you like that? Partners here on the Gulf Coast, Magic Our Way and Mad Hatter Radio.
Oh, creative buffs on radio stuff.
That's
I like
right.
it.
Yeah, it's good. It's another outlet.
Uh-huh.
It's what's good about it. Yeah, let me tell you what's good. But you hear Tony Bennett, but you could probably hear Bare Necessities done by like a metal group, a heavy metal group. You could probably hear a country version of this.
Oh wow!
You could probably hear like a funk version, James Brown type of. Give me a Bare Necessities.
Oh now,
get down, get up again.
oh yeah.
Hot
tub. What you say now? Disney.
That's right. You can hear that all on the station, man. They don't just give you the normal spiels and attraction sounds, but they give you every creative variation that other artists have taken to the standard Disney songs. Like Tony Bennett right here. This little jazzy version of the bare necessities. You know.
I'm thinking about Goodfellas right now. I don't know why.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Bada
Go ahead,
boom.
listen to this station, okay? It's good for you. It's good for me. It's going to go ahead. It's going to help you out. It's going to make me out. It's going to be really good. Okay?
Mad Hatter Radio. Bada bing, bada boom. Just do it, huh?